Hi everyone, so today is new video, new angle. I know this is a little weird, the setup is a little bit weird. Honestly, it's because I'm filming this a little bit later in the day, so there's no real natural sunlight coming from my window. Otherwise, I would have maybe flipped this angle. But honestly, I need a table because today, if you haven't read the title, we are doing and opening my very first mystery box. Now, this isn't exactly the energy that I planned on bringing into this video, that I have literally planned for like 2 weeks and planned to do on Valentine's Day, which Valentine's Day was yesterday. It was Friday yesterday, and I'm shooting this on Saturday, and I still wanted to like keep the like vibe and the theme of Valentine's Day, so we are here. We are very pink, matching the pink box that is sitting in front of me. But the reason I'm a little bit tired is because last night I went to the Post Malone concert, and I have to say, honestly, I have never sang and screamed so much in my entire life. Honestly, I think that I've never fangirled in my entire life, and last night I just like fell in love with this man's voice. And I've heard him live before, but not for a full concert, and it was easily the best concert I've ever been to, and it was just so amazing. He's an incredible talent, and if I ever get a chance to meet him, my god, I would take Austin out on a date any day of the week, sir, if you are interested. But today, this is not the video for that, but since, on theme with the romantics, I figured, I'm still super excited to do this video and this unboxing. It is something I've literally been non-stop thinking about for like 2 weeks. It took 2 weeks for this box to show up, and I am just so excited. So here we go. Okay, so this video, I know there's probably like 100 different versions of this video and these unboxings available on here on YouTube. But the reason that I wanted to do this in general is there's a couple of reasons. For like the first portion of this video, I'm going to be doing a lot of talking. So if you want to skip past this, I'm going to leave a timestamp in the description box down below if you guys are interested in just seeing what I got in this box. I am not bothered by that at all. Feel free to skip ahead, but just know the most important thing, the one big thing I really want to emphasize and talk about in the first half of this video is cost, because I don't think people are really talking about how expensive these boxes and like the experience of mystery boxes and all things YouTube and merch and all this stuff costs. This box was not cheap. I think if anything, if I want anyone to take away anything from this box, just this one box cost me close to almost $300 to get here into my house. Like, it cost me $300 to get this box here, which is over double the price of what it cost online. So we're gonna do a full breakdown of just what it costs, the experience, why I've avoided purchasing beauty products online, and we're just going to talk about all of that first, and then we're going to open up the box and we're going to see what's inside. And of course, I'm going to do a full run through of what I ended up getting, what the American prices were, and I'm going to try and find what, as close as I possibly get to. I will do the Canadian prices as well, and then give you guys a total of whether or not this was worth it. Because at the end of the day, at this point, honestly, I just want to break even. And on top of all of that, I am just hoping and praying to God that this box has everything inside of it in one piece. Now, I definitely, like, a majority of this part of the video, the reason I wanted to talk about price is because I guess I technically am considered as an international shopper, and there are a couple layers to that I wanted to break down, as well as, like, why also kind of go back into the whole like controversy palette with Shane, why like me and I'm sure a lot of other people were so upset about it, not only just because like the website crashed, we all know the story now, and this, that, and the other thing. Yeah, we're fully aware of that. But the reason it was so kind of heartbreaking to me is the same reason it's been heartbreaking and frustrating to get my hands on Jeffree's makeup, is because the fact that it's almost impossible to get your hands on Jeffree's makeup here in Canada. And it's not like I live in a small town really far out north. I live in Toronto. I'm like a 5.5 hour flight to LA. Like, I'm not in the middle of nowhere. I'm from a major city. Like, Toronto is massive. If you don't know Toronto, Drake came from Toronto for the most part, or reps Toronto. Like, he grew up here, he lived here, just outside of Toronto, I think. He came from here. Like, I don't come from a tiny town or whatever. But to get my, like, and I've been wanting to get, hands down, first and foremost, I have wanted to get my hands on Jeffree's liquid lips for the longest time. But the reason I haven't been able to get my hands on it is, A, most of the time his website, they're sold out. So the only really source up until about a year ago, I think a year or two ago, my only option was to buy it from his website. I can't buy it from his website if they're constantly sold out. So not until about a year, I think it was honestly about a year ago, the Morphe store opened within Toronto. Now, I did something really interesting research, which literally took me like 2 seconds today, or I think I did it the other day, was to figure out how close or how many more Morphe stores are available locally to me. I know of one, which is about a 20-minute drive from where I live, and it's at a major mall called Square One, and there's a full-sized Morphe store there. And I went to that Morphe location for the first time last year. I bought my first Morphe palettes like the tail end of 2018, beginning of 2019 at Sephora when they decided to partner up. So that was my first introduction to Morphe. And basically, if you want to get your hands on Jeffree Star's makeup from Toronto, you have to drive to Square One, because after Googling to see what Morphe stores are available, that's the only one. No other Morphe stores popped up. So unless my Google Maps was glitching, there aren't any other options. Your only option is basically Morphe. Which is great, because they basically have all of his eyeshadow palettes. They do have a selection of his highlighters, but as far as the liquid lips and the lipsticks go, most of the time they're completely sold out, and most of the time they don't have the colors that I would like to get, because of course that's how the cookie crumbles all the time. But after purchasing my first Jeffree Star eyeshadow palette, which was his collaboration with Morphe, I purchased this one from Sephora. This palette was honestly the best investment I have ever made. This palette, Canadian dollars, just to give everybody a perspective on cost, I'm not entirely sure what this palette costs in the States, but I do know what the Blue Bud palette costs in the States. This, as far as I understand, is a $52 palette in the US. This palette here, for me to just take to the cash register at Morphe, is $70. And because I live in Toronto, there's a 13% tax on top of that. So for me to be able to walk out of the store with this palette is going to cost me over $80, probably close to $90 with the tax. Now, I do have to say, after trying this palette, it was life-changing. Morphe's eyeshadow palettes I thought were more life-changing, not until I tried this. And that's why I've been so determined to get my hands on more of Jeffree's stuff. I've been still dying to get my hands on his liquid lips, but my options are basically limited. If I can't find it at Morphe, and if I can't find it at Sephora, which all they have at Sephora of Jeffree's is the collection from him and Morphe, if the colors that I want or the options that I want aren't at either one of those stores, I basically can't get his makeup. And then outside of that, really my only options are, if I can't buy it on his website, I can't get it on Morphe, or through Morphe, and if I can't get it through Sephora, then basically my only other options is to either drive or fly across the border. And then you factor in all those costs, like the cost of a flight, or gas, or a hotel, or food, or it's so difficult to get my hands on his makeup, and I've been dying to get, like I said, 2 years I've been trying to get my hands on a liquid lip. So if anything, I am hoping that there's at least one liquid lipstick tube of liquid lip, whatever, in this box. At least one that is wearable on me and on my skin tone. That's all I'm hoping for. Now, I've been avoiding all the other videos. I've been avoiding YouTube, like the homepage, because I didn't want anything to be spoiled for me. I've been avoiding Instagram for the most part as much as I could. Like the people that I like to follow, I've been avoiding their profiles because I don't want to know what's inside this box. I have not opened it. It's still completely taped up. I got this box on Thursday, so it's now Saturday and I still haven't opened the damn thing. Now, I have I've made some notes because that's how like much I've been thinking about doing this video, and just wanted to make sure that I touched on everything. I definitely don't want to sound or come across like a privileged brat. I work very hard. I work a very hard full-time job and I save my money, and I know that I am very privileged in the sense that I could go online, spend $300 and not have to stress about it. And I am fully aware of that. I am not shaming Jeffree on making expensive makeup. I think his makeup and his quality of his makeup, from what I've experienced, is high quality items. They are really fabulous stuff. That Blue Blood palette, since I've purchased it and since I got it for Christmas, I have worn it almost every single day. I am wearing a majority of the eyeshadow that I'm currently wearing, the eye look that I'm wearing, is from that palette, and I love his eyeshadows. So that's the reason, if I can afford to spend the money that I can on these kind of bundle situations, I will. I know that not everybody can, and I know that this is, to some extent, some sort of privilege. So I don't want to sit at this part of the video and rant and complain about how much it costs. I definitely want everybody to understand how, at least people who, for any of the viewers out there who are living in the States, how frustrating it can be being as an international shopper, and how lucky you guys are to be able to have access to more Morphe stores. I'm not entirely sure if he's in Ulta or not, but just having more access to more stores and more locations, which are more likely to have more products, which we just don't have access here. So that's more or less the perspective I wanted to give in the context of like why it's so frustrating, and like why it's so like, as much as this costs, like I desperately wanted to get my hands on it. So with that being said, I'm gonna dive into like the process of how it was. I was hella triggered and having some serious flashbacks to the whole like controversy palette experience. And girl, I told myself two things. The night before, when I decided to purchase this before the release of these boxes and the collection, I told myself that I would not spend more than $150 on the box. I was gonna get the biggest box that I could. I seriously considered getting this box and the medium-sized box. I considered getting all three boxes. I considered buying two of these and selling one. But then I just decided and realized, like, realistically, it's not worth my time to just, like, go through figuring out the costs and shipping. Like, it wasn't worth the time for me to spend on getting other boxes and then having duplicates of so many products. I know I just complained for like a few minutes of how it's so hard to get his products. I don't want products to go to waste and just expire just because I wanted to experience three boxes, so I just settled on getting one. And the other thing I told myself was that if the process of shipping or the process of buying these boxes online was going to take me more than 5 minutes, I was going to tap out. I was not going to bother with it. I was just going to walk away from the situation and just not deal with another 5 hours of trying to get this stuff online. Like, I just didn't want to be a part of that process again. So as far as the day, I believe it was the 31st that these boxes were released, on the Friday in January, if I'm remembering correctly. I'm just looking at my calendar. I went online. The release date basically would have been 1 p.m. Eastern time here. I went on a few minutes. I was on for like the first half. I was like on a half hour before the release time actually was up. I kept like refreshing my phone and then my laptop as well, because I realized my phone was acting a little bit slowly. I'm guessing because of the traffic that was going on the website. So I went on my computer, and I'd say about 2 minutes before 1, the website went live, and I was able to click through very easily to the mystery boxes. I quickly looked at all of them. To be quite honest, the one thing I'm really disappointed in myself about was that I didn't like screen grab or double check, or I can't remember what the cost of the prices of the other boxes were. So I'm sorry, I won't be able to give you the information on that. But the price of this box was $145 American. So for me to put this box virtually into the virtual shopping cart, it cost me $145. So, and I also do remember seeing some tweets. I think some people were saying something about Afterpay. I'm not entirely sure what that is. I'm going to take a wild guess that it's probably some sort of system that's similar to like a credit card where you can pay it off monthly, and that wasn't available this time around with these mystery boxes. I don't know what that all is all about. And again, I can see how that's frustrating, and you're cutting out like probably a fairly large group of people out of the opportunity of buying one of these boxes. So I can see where the frustration with that can lie on top of everything else. So after getting through and adding this to my cart and just deciding for sure that I was not going to purchase another box, I was not going to get another one, I was not interested in getting a second or a third box, I went through to the cart, and that infamous waiting in queue page popped up, and I about had a heart attack because I saw it and I'm just like, okay, we're gonna leave the laptop here, we're gonna leave it open for like however long, and if it takes, again, more than 5 minutes, I'm not dealing with it. I'm gonna close the laptop and I'm gonna walk away. But after about a minute or two, it took me to the checkout page very quickly, very smoothly, with no issues. And from there, I put in my information, put in my address, and I think the page may have refreshed. And at that point, the cost of the shipping popped up. So again, this box was $145. And for me to get this box here to me, on top of that, the shipping cost $48.06. Now that's the American price. So the total in US dollars was $193.06. Now I obviously went onto my bank statement and I wanted to see what the Canadian conversion of that is, because currently, as I mentioned earlier, the Canadian dollar compared to the American dollar right now isn't obviously doing that well. That's why there's such a giant price difference, and that's why American products are so much more expensive for us Canadians. And for me to ship anything American costs, like, it ends up being so much more than I expect. So I'm always like sitting and doing the math before I order anything that's in American pricing. So the Canadian conversion from $193.06 American to the Canadian was $262.29, which is a lot of money. That's why I was saying at the beginning of this video, at this point, I'm just hoping to break even with whatever's inside of this box, because again, that is not a small amount of money. That's a lot of money. Now, of course, between it leaving the warehouse, it crossing the border, and it getting to being right here in my hands, there were more costs on top of that, because if you're an international shopper, when things cross the borders, as far as from what my understanding is you acquire duties. Now, of course, I acquired duties, and I've heard nightmare stories of acquiring duties, from anything from like $20 into the thousands. Not when it comes to mystery boxes, but just from other products and other horror stories I've heard from like customers, or just from personal friends. Like, I have heard people like rack up a couple $100 on small products or whatever. So I was so nervous about that, and then a few other things we're gonna touch on next. But this box did acquire some duties. It acquired $34.98 Canadian. So that brings the total of this mystery box to $297.27. Yeah. So I wanted to really talk about that and give you guys the full breakdown, because again, that is a heavy number to digest. And I have accepted it because it was a part of this process, and so I think I should dive into, at this point, into like why I wanted to get this box. Like I mentioned before, it's very difficult to get his makeup. That is the number one main reason. Secondly, of course, I wanted to experience this and do this video and get a chance to kind of do something new and something different for, you know, you guys here on my channel, and to really break down for you as consumers. Like, that's the whole point of me doing these reviews on my channel, is 100% all about, you know, letting you guys know the reality of, this is what a product costs, this is what it does, is it worth it at the end of the day, and, you know, for you to make your own decisions of whether or not, when the next boxes come out, is it worth it for you, whether you're a Canadian shopper or somebody from, like, I don't know, let's say England. I can't even imagine what the cost conversion is for somebody in, like, the other side of the planet. My very first mystery box, and a majority of the reason why I've never ordered subscription boxes or mystery boxes or any of that is because I've always had this, I guess, weird fear of beauty products and, like, expensive beauty products never coming or getting to me in one piece. And with the state of this box, I'm just gonna turn it around, like, and show you guys. It is, like, it's dented here, it is scraped up on the other side, which I don't know, I'm gonna try and find a way maybe to show you guys. It is like 20 shades of black, and it's scratched up, and there's just a lot of bangs and bruises of this box, which, that's why I'm saying, I'm just trying to stay, I might actually cry because of, again, the money and the state of what the products are inside of it. But to have this here and everything inside of this possibly be broken would be heartbreaking on a couple of levels. So that is another reason why I've never ordered these mystery boxes. And the other reason is at the end of the day, I have no idea what's in this box. So I just paid all that money for for hopefully some beauty products, and a hope and a dream that it all showed up in one piece. So I'm really hoping, from all the videos that I have seen in the past from, like, Amia Maples, she is one of my favorite YouTubers that I've watched all of her mystery box unboxings online and available, and she, from the sounds of it, got quite a lot of beauty products and went through them all. So that's what gave me the, like, hope that there was going to be a lot of makeup in here. And yeah, have a knife here with me. I don't have my big fancy knife, so I don't know where, I didn't even look for it, to be honest. I have to sharpen it as well. Anyway, so I have my X-Acto knife. We're going to finally break into this box and see what's inside and what I got. And I am so excited to go through this with you guys. All right. Moment in time. I need to, like, collect my thoughts and before I open this, because I have been so excited. So I think it's time now. So I think it's time to finally bust into this damn thing. So but this box is, as I mentioned earlier, is just in really bad shape. So, oh my god, I'm so nervous. I feel like at this point I should just stop and end the video, because it's not like I haven't already talked enough, but, like, I'm so nervous about seeing what's actually inside of this box. Oh, that was another thing I didn't mention earlier. I expected this box to be actually probably a lot bigger than it was, so I'm so nervous. Okay, I'm gonna see, we might have to do it this way so y'all can still see this way. I already see one of the items that I partially saw. Oh no, I'm also seeing, okay, I'm seeing a lot of things, so there's that. Okay. Oh, okay, it's not a t-shirt, it's a bag. Oh, that's actually so exciting, because my tote bag that I've been using for work actually just got stained. So that's kind of exciting. Okay, that's kind of nice. I'm actually kind of happy about that. But, oh, okay, so that, I feel like this is probably the Blue Blood palette, which I already have, which will be incredibly disappointing if it is it. And it is. So, that is super disappointing because I already have this palette. But at the same time, it is hands down my favorite palette and I use it every single day. But that's actually incredibly disappointing considering that, like, I don't know why he wouldn't release unless in here is the red coffin, because if I would have much rather, and it would have made more sense for Valentine's Day for him to put the red coffin in here, which I keep calling it the red coffin because I don't know which collection it's from or like what the collection is referred to as, but no, that's definitely not a palette. That is so disappointing. Ah, okay. Okay, what's cute? It's blue. Let's see what is inside of this. Oh, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna maybe unbox everything and then we're gonna open everything up. Okay, and I'm pretty sure, ooh, this is the Skin Frost palette. Okay, so I have been eyeballing this. Okay, I'm not gonna open it, but I'm curious to see if it is in one piece. This is, I'm pretty sure, the Skin Frost Pro palette, which is the highlighters. So 6 shades. So this basically solved my problem for not being able to decide which highlighter I wanted. So hopefully that's also in one piece. Okay, I do see some things that are making me feel a little bit better about the eyeshadow palette. This is, ooh, this is I think one of the bags that he released from the Valentine's Day collection. Okay, this is kind of cute. This I'll definitely be able to use because I do have a Herschel fanny pack that I bought a couple years ago, and it's starting to kind of fall apart. So this is going to be able to replace that and become, I'm going to like open everything in a few minutes. Okay, so I don't think there's anything in that or that. Okay. Pop socket. Okay, I kind of expected this to be in here. I don't use these because I have long fingers and I have an iPhone 8 Plus and I don't feel the need to use one of these. So I might use it though because I kind of want to see how it actually applies on the back of the phone. I'm kind of curious. So there's a pop socket. There's a Jeffree Star pop socket. Now, I mean, this is the one thing I kind of expected to be in here, or kind of hoped it would be in here, but here's one of the mirrors. We're going to also open that up and see what state that thing is in. And here are the things. I'm going to finally get rid of that freaking box. Sorry, Keek. If you haven't noticed in the background, the black fur ball on the bed is my cat. He's joined us and been napping through this whole entire video. So here are the things that I was hoping would be in here, and I'm seeing maybe all of 2 colors that might actually work. So there's that. Again, we knew that this would be a total gamble because, again, it's a mystery box and we don't know what's inside of this. Oh, and the lip scrub. Okay. So I am now that I am partially disappointed, and I am partially disappointed. I want to actually open all the products to see, at least with the shadow, with the highlighter and the shadow, to see if it's actually in one piece. But now that I'm, for the most part, kind of disappointed, we're gonna just make sure everything's actually not broken. I guess I shouldn't really be that disappointing considering that I would have needed to purchase another one of these because of the fact that I'm actually using this every single day. Okay, well that's fabulous news for those of you. I think this angle makes the most sense. For those of you who want to see, it showed up in one piece. So the one thing I was terrified about, I don't have to be worried about. I may consider giving this away. I don't know if it's to a friend. None of my friends really use makeup as much as I do. I may consider giving this away. If you guys are interested in getting one, or getting this palette, let me know, and maybe we can work out some sort of a giveaway or something. So we already know that this palette is $70 here, so we already know the general price of that. I can't remember seeing this at Sephora, what the cost of this Frost palette is. So basically, besides this pile is what, these 2 items are what's available here. As far as I know, to some extent, these are not available here. So 2 out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 items that I got are available here. The lipsticks and the gloss, I don't think the glosses are available here. Ooh, look at that. That's this reads to me, these colors and everything reads to me like retro London, kind of a little bit Austin Powers. That's immediately what my brain thinks when I see these colors. But that is really nice. It feels really cool. Now I don't think I've looked at this at the store really closely. So, good news there. Nothing of this palette is broken. I just peeled off this plastic bit. The mirror isn't broken, and none of these highlighters are broken. These highlighters are kind of crazy though. I don't know what these are gonna look like on my skin. And I already know that this video is long enough, so you guys, if you're interested in actually getting maybe a full makeup look or seeing each one of these products on my skin tone, which is very, very pale, I will do a separate video. If you guys are interested in that, we'll do like a bonus video. Now, I'm kind of nervous about these because, see, again, I didn't want lipsticks. I wanted more of these. And these are 2 glosses. So, no liquid lips here from what I understand, because I'm pretty sure these are lipsticks. And I got 2 glosses, which isn't the end of the world, but isn't necessarily what I wanted. So, let's see what these glosses are all about. The box, of course, is fabulous. The texture of all of this is really lovely. And this is, it says, ice cold. And this is the gloss. This is Jeffree's glosses. Let's see if I can actually get it out of the freaking box. Oh, I guess I should have opened it on that side. Oopsie. Breaking the rules. Ooh, okay. That's really fun. The box, like the packaging of this is really fun. And oh my god, that color, that color is amazing though. That color is freaking insane. This is crazy looking. That packaging is amazing in real life. I might just have to leave it there on display. So here's the other one, and it is the Soft Core Sparkle, and I'm just coming more and more undone here. All right, now I opened it from the right side up, and I see the top art. Ooh, I mean, it's purple. It really is purple. I don't know what that's gonna look like on my lips, or how that's going to look, or what I can do a look with purple lip gloss. But we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I mean, the tone of this video, if you haven't noticed that, I'm very disappointed considering I didn't get the one thing basically that I wanted, and I got a double of something I already have. Yeah, I'm trying to hide the disappointment right now as much as I possibly can. So, we do have 3 lipsticks from Jeffree, which one is white. I don't know why. I don't know if this is supposed to be specific to this mystery box or if it's a part of a certain collection. And these are the velour liquid lips. Derp. Did I just have a derpy moment? Did I just freak out over nothing? Well, let's find out. Okay, so here is, I got the velour liquid lipstick in Romeo. You know what? See, Carolyn, learn to read labels. So is this the one thing I've just been crying about for the last like minute and a half? Oh my god, I'm trying to open it. Open it. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Ooh, okay. So that's a little weird. I am seeing in the, if you guys can see, how can I get this? It is not covering, so I don't know if that means, oh, and it's kind of, okay, that isn't totally locked. So I don't know if that means that it's dried up or what's going on there, but this lid is barely closed. But it does, okay, so I freaked out over nothing. Mentally, check myself before I wreck myself. Next time, I need to read the labels on these boxes because I don't know, for some reason, I thought the liquid lip boxes were the size of this. I don't know why I freaked out. But the lid of this one isn't, like, locking. Oh, there. It wasn't really locked. It was very easily opened. I don't know what's going on with this. But this is a really nice pink color. See, this is a color I could probably wear every single day. And this, again, this color is called Romeo. Now, Let's do, okay, there's also, in the other pink box, there is Restraints and Dull Parts in the white. I think I'm going to do pink, white, pink. So we're going to open up the white box, shake well before use. Maybe that's all it is. Maybe it's just because they've probably been sitting in the packaging for X amount of time. I'm curious to see what this, I mean, it looks like it's a pink color. What was that? I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing things. Okay. So there is another, see, do you see what I'm saying? Okay, now it's locked. For some reason, that lid wasn't locked all the way. See, and it doesn't look like it's separating at all, as far as this guy goes, and the lid is locked. Maybe I just hit it really hard with my finger. No freakouts there. See, this is more, this color is more of that color that I really like, where it's more of like, it's got those purpley tones in it, but it's a little bit darker. So I think that this will look really good on my skin tone, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Again, my robe is like coming apart over here. A little cleavage good, but just a little too much. It's coming undone. So I think that this color will look pretty good as far as on my skin tone goes. So we got so far 2 pretty good pink colors. I was kind of hoping for a nude, and I don't think from the color of what this is, I don't think it's going to be a nude. This is, again, Restraints. It almost looks like it's going to be a metallic, which would be kind of crazy. I'd love to see what his metallics look like. I keep opening these from the bottom. Ooh, and I was right. It is a metallic color. So check that out. That is insane. That is almost like a purpley metallic. Oh my god, that is not a purpley metallic. That is a straight up gray. Ooh, I kind of like that. Do that with a really sharp cat eye. Ooh, that could be a look. I don't know what kind of a look, but that could be a look. I am excited for that lipstick and creating a look for that. Now, the lip scrub I'm actually genuinely excited about because my lips get very dry here. And it is cold obviously, it's very cold during the winter times, but my skin gets super dry, my lips get really dry, and I have been looking to get a new lip scrub. So this is Jeffree's Velour lip scrub in root beer, which not necessarily a fan of, but let's see what, I'm curious to see what it smells like. The packaging is really cute. Oh my god, that is a color. Yep, that's smells like root beer. I don't know what it is. It's not cinnamon, but it's like this kind of like spice in root beer that I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of, but I think that this will, and hands down, I will probably still end up using it just to like get the like mattified lip glosses and lipsticks that I use, but also to get all the like dried up dead skin on my lips from the dry winter season that we get here. So I think I can tolerate it enough to at least get it on, scrub it off, and wash it off. So that is exciting either way, through and through, because this is a product that I'm having a hard time for some reason closing, but this is a product that I've genuinely been wanting recently. So not a tragedy. Carolyn, next time don't freak out because you need to read labels and not panic that it's a lipstick, that it's an actual liquid lip, which is what I wanted. So there's that. So actually, so far we're getting like, we're kind of winning on the streak of products that I actually genuinely wanted versus what I already have. So disappointing, but not the end of the world. Now this bag, I do want to see what this bag looks like, because it is definitely in my colors. I'm not gonna lie. I like the more darker colors. I've been trying to get more pink into my life lately and trying to wear more bright colors and just match the new vibe of 2020. Excited, happy, finally, and yeah. But this is great. I like this. I love the color of this. This is definitely a great color. This is my kind of color. These darker like tones work on my skin, and honestly, this thing, Silica packet. This size is perfect because I can fit my wallet in here, I can fit my phone in here, I can fit everything I basically need to like grab and go. So this bag is actually quite cute. All right, so that's not a total disappointment either. I thought I was gonna get a piece of clothing, as I mentioned earlier, but I will take a bag any day of the week. Now, last but not least, the exciting, my very first Jeffree Star approved and Jeffree Star mirror. Now this, when I saw the design of these mirrors, these new mirrors, I actually got really excited because I love this design, and I've actually seen a couple of videos of people displaying all the mirrors on their walls, like with hooks, and like designing them like so they're all like lined up together. I honestly think that's really, really, really cool. I'm not one to use oh, even the sticker is really nice. See, this is why I love Jeffree and his design and his products, because who puts that much thought into it? Like, most of these companies don't. Like, and that's why I hate shopping at Sephora. But Jeffree does. And I don't even want to rip into it. I don't even want to break into the sticker. Where did I put my blade? I'm going to cut into it like a lady so it's not totally ripped up. But here, I'm gonna just get a close-up of it. Like, look at that sticker. It's even designed like the mirror. That's so exciting. So exciting. I'm gonna cut into it slightly so I can actually keep this box. So I wasn't able to keep my mystery box, and I probably won't keep it because it's so damaged, but I'll be able to keep the boxes of everything else. I'm gonna need a second closet just for boxes, for makeup boxes. At this rate, in the last year, I've spent more money on makeup and buying makeup, like the most expensive makeup I have in my entire life, and I'm keeping a lot of the boxes. I know it's silly. I know it's silly, but this is amazing. Okay. So, thank you to whoever packed my box. I don't know if everybody got this color, but holy fucking shit. I'm gonna have to bleep that, and aren't I? Look at the color of that. If my soul had, well, maybe not my soul, but my imagination had to be put into like color form, it would be this. Oh my god. Hi, how are ya? This is a freaking amazing color. See, now I'm not one for handheld mirrors because I don't have time in the mornings to like sit here and like majestically like put on my makeup like a very elegant lady. I'm usually like just throwing it on and running out the door. So I'm not one to use handheld mirrors. I have one that stands up, and obviously I have this big one here too that I use. But the aesthetic of Jeffree's mirrors and the way people have been putting and displaying them on their walls has given me a new love and appreciation for these mirrors, and I may consider buying a couple more just so I can do the same, because this is everything, and it's actually a lot. I've never picked up any of the mirrors. This is definitely a lot like lighter than I expected it to be. So that's really exciting. That pink is everything. If my skin tone could be anything, it would be this. It would be this color. This is what this mirror represents, is what I wish my skin color would be. So I'm just gonna gently put this back in and make sure. And you know what? Hey, I didn't point it out, but it's in one piece. It is not broken. So that is a freaking miracle that all of this showed up in one piece. So maybe next time I will definitely be more inclined to buy another box because everything showed up well packed. I mean, I do have to say I threw all of it on the floor, but everything showed up wrapped up in bubble wrap and in plastic bags and then in tissue paper on top of that. And I do have to say it probably all showed up in like one piece because everything was packed so well into this one box and everything was packed so snugly. So as a person, I'm not going to reveal too much what I do for a living, but as a person that does some packing in their job, this box was packed incredibly well. So that's why I feel like everything actually showed up in the one piece that, you know, I did not expect it to. So as far as everything goes, this is everything that I got. So we got a handbag slash bag slash pouch slash whatever you want to call it, whatever the cool kids call it these days. We got a lip scrub, we got the highlighter palette, we got a mirror, and we got an eyeshadow palette, which this probably was one of the more bigger disappointments as far as everything that I got because I already have this and I've already been able to play with it. It's not a total disappointment because I really love this palette and I'll be able to maybe keep this for the future once I start running out of colors with the other palette. I really wish that they had put in the Royal Bloods or the Red Coffin. Sorry, I don't remember again which what that collection is called. I wish they had put that palette into this mystery box because it would have definitely gone more with the Valentine's Day vibe. But out of everything that I actually got, I'm actually pretty impressed. Oh, and I can't forget the pop socket. So I am going to add up the costs. I'm going to probably flash them on the screen on here. I am guessing that just by looking at everything, again, we got one, two, three, four, five. I got 5 lipsticks, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I got 11 items here. From what I know of just this and the cost of just this, I know that I've probably made my money back, and if not more. So again, I will add up all the costs here, and I will show you guys what the cost of everything would have been American and what it would have been Canadian, just to give you guys, again, the full idea of what you're getting when you're purchasing one of these. But also just, again, this video is the reality of, like, I'm really excited now that I got a lot of stuff that I did ideally want, but I also got some stuff that I either already have or that I didn't want. And that there's always a risk with mystery boxes that you're going to spend quite a bit of money, or a medium amount of money, or a small amount of money, and in return you may get some things that you do want and maybe not get some things that you didn't want. So I know this video is going to be long, as all my videos are. I hope this was a good informative video and a version of this that you guys can enjoy and enjoyed overall. If you guys want me to do swatches on my skin tone and do swatches on the snake, because we can do some swatches on Mr. Snake here, and do kind of a comparison and maybe do a full new look with the eyeshadow palette and the highlighters and the liquid lips and the glosses and this, that, and the other thing, I am happy to do that as a separate video, because if not, this is going to be a 3-hour long video that nobody asked for. So let me know in the comment section down below. Again, I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you all had as exciting and wonderful Valentine's Day as I did, and you got everything that you wanted from your significant others, or if you spent it alone or spent it with your friends, that you had a wonderful night. And I hope the rest of your weekend is as wonderful as hopefully mine is, because now I've got a whole bunch of makeup to play with, and I got 2 days to, I got the rest of today if I want to, and I've got Sunday and Monday because it's a long weekend. So there's that. Yeah, so thanks again for sitting and watching my video, and I hope you really enjoyed this, the new angle, a little bit of whatever this is, and we'll see you guys soon. And you know what? Maybe we'll do, how about this, Jeffree, maybe what I may even do as a secondary video or a video in the future, maybe we'll make a whole vlog escapade to go to the States and buy more of your products and hunt down more of the liquid lips that I've been looking for, and just maybe more of the eyeshadows and more of the highlighters that I have been dying to get. Maybe we'll do that as a complete different series, because who doesn't like a road trip or a flight or just another experience to watch? So if you guys are interested in seeing that, I'm down to do it. Why not? Screw it, life's short. Let's pay for an entire flight and trip to go get more makeup. Because there's never enough makeup, as I'm learning. So we're gonna end the video on that. Why not? See you guys soon.